Yo, what is up, guys? How y'all doing? Me, fantastic. Living the dream, being a boss, is just dropping a random, well, not really random, but just a quick tips video. Something for you guys that are out there looking to bring the sauce. The other day, I was scrolling through YouTube, because you know how thugs do. And I just happened to catch a video made by my man, Dji Black. And now y'all already know I ain't a hater. My hood never let me be a hater. I actually really like Danny's videos. He seems like a great guy. Train shot. But anyway, yes, sometimes he makes videos that just seem like they just so like lost in the sauce. Your boy Dji Black makes a lot of good videos. A lot of videos regarding the GoPros as well as their accessories. Huge emphasis on accessories. Cause your boy Dji Black is always pushing the accessories. Like he go hard in the paint with these accessories for these cameras. And this is where I think the sauce gets lost. Like I promise, if you watch some of his videos, I swear, Dji Black will have your GoPro looking like, I don't even know. I was gonna say a tank, but your GoPro looking like a tank is an understatement. Like I am all for accessories, but pimping, this is just, that's ridiculous. Like, what is this? Right? Is it just me? Putting this much stuff on a GoPro is ridiculous. Most likely, if you're using a camera like a GoPro or the Dji Action 2, you don't want like 4 or 5 accessories on this thing. You want maybe one. And the same with the Dji Action 2. You want maybe one accessory attached to this thing besides the case. I think the best way to describe it is a phrase by Drake. He pulls up with his Secret Service, and the Secret Service rolls so deep, it's so obvious that it defeats the purpose. Boss. You see what I'm saying, right? Now, you guys already know that I do suffer from new tech driposis, but I also suffer from like accessory driposis. And now, again, no shade to Dji Black. Again, great creator. I actually really like his videos. Keep it real, your boy Sky Money loves accessories just as much as anybody else, especially for my GoPro and like my action cameras. I love accessories. But there is a lesson to be learned here, and that is to think about reasons why you're getting certain accessories. Holy cow, quick side note, it is a beautiful day today. Jeez, look how nice it is today. But yeah, pimpin', think about why you are buying a specific accessory or accessories. See, for me, when I buy accessories, it's either for 1 or 2 reasons. It's either to up the quality of what I'm trying to do, which is why if you're gonna upgrade something, upgrade audio first. It is a huge upgrade when it comes to production. Audio first. And then the second reason is for convenience. And now, if I am honest, a lot of the accessories that I see being like pushed for viewers to buy, they're really kind of like you could do without them. When I watch some of Danny's videos, he rigs some of these cameras up so much that it defeats the purpose of the camera, to the point where I don't know anyone, and I mean anybody, I don't know anybody who would go out and if that's their daily driver, will use it on a daily basis with it hooked up like that. Like, I mean, do y'all? Have you ever seen somebody out using a GoPro, vlogging, with like a light, a big old light on the side, a big old thing on that side, and then a big old, like, no. Wow. Come on, that's boss. My man over there just chilling, floating away. And the reason that you don't see a lot of people doing this or using a ton of accessories like this in like the real world is not only because it defeats the purpose of the reason you bought the camera in the first place, most likely that being the ease of use, as well as this discreetness it brings. Like having a small camera has so many advantages when it comes to being out in public. Like I'm a super extrovert, and even I get shy in public. So I can't even imagine using a GoPro just so that it's less discreet, but then throwing a huge rig on it, lights and all this other stuff on it, and then me being totally comfortable with that entire setup. Like, I can't imagine. And so when it is like less discreet, it brings a lot more attention. Like you are gonna get way more eyeballs on you than if you just held on to the GoPro itself. And the other reason I want you guys to avoid the accessory drip trap is because it takes something very enjoyable and easy to use, and it turns it into something very complicated and frustrating to use. And this also creates bad habits quick, to the point where you get in that mindset of you need certain things just to get going. But pimpin', y'all already know I got y'all back. And plus, I be trying to save y'all some money. about all this is cool and everything, but how do you avoid it? How can we avoid accessory driposis? Glad you asked, pimpin'. Well, the first thing I would recommend is have some rules for yourself. One of my first rules is definitely more of like financial advice, but the rule is simple and can also apply to accessory driposis. But yeah, the rule is simple. If I can't afford 5 of them, I can't afford 1 of them. And now, if I'm keeping it like 100p, pimpin', this rule has saved me so many times. Because simply put, when I can't afford 5 of them, it makes me rethink things. It makes your brain rethink why you really want it. Like, do I really need it or do I just want it? And then one of my other rules is, and I'm not gonna lie, this rule can be a bit complicated, but Pimpin', let me explain. When it comes to something that I see that's interesting, that I might want, I use the magic word, why.
That was cool.
That's a cool card. Like, come on, Pimp, come on. Asking yourself why is really simple, but it's when you ask yourself why multiple times. Most of the time it's just 3 times for me, where it makes me come to the realization that, yeah, I don't really need this. And the conversation usually goes something like this. That GoPro light though, I might need that, but why though? Because the GoPro isn't that great in low light, and sometimes I use it in low light, so it could come in handy. But like, why though? I can just get better footage at night. But why though? Why do you want better footage at night with a GoPro? Because the GoPro footage is okay, and I do shoot sometimes at night. Like, actually, I don't shoot that much at night. Sky Money, you don't need that light. Like, for real, that's usually how it goes. And now you're supposed to ask yourself like 5 whys, but again, I usually come to the conclusion that I don't really need it in like 3. And then, whoops, then one of the last ways I control my accessory driptosis is by simply asking myself something that I mentioned earlier in the video, which is, will this new accessory drip add to my creating or take away from my creating? Does it take away some of your time? Is it gonna be more of a hassle? Is it gonna make me more uncomfortable than I already am outside, even though your boy Sky Money is super extroverted? If you can't tell, vlogging outside, talking to a camera by yourself is a little weird. And again, if I'm being honest, I'm not hating. It's just all the setups that I see that Danny reviews, they're not practical. Completely defeats the purpose of getting a camera like that. But taking something like a GoPro or Insta360, you know, any of those smaller cameras, and putting these excessive lights and this huge microphone on it and all that other stuff is not practical. You're never gonna take that out, especially if you're already self-conscious about like vlogging in public. But pimpin', this could be great if you are doing some kind of indoor studio setup or something like that. This stuff can be great. But when I see these videos, a lot of the examples that they use is they take them outside and they pretend like they're using it as like a vlogging setup. And it's just not practical. I'm just being honest. Save some money. That is not the way to go. It's not practical. Most likely all that stuff is most likely just gonna end up sitting on the shelf. So yeah, hope that helped you guys. Definitely be mindful of all this drip going on, especially accessory driptosis. Like, if you got that, like your boy Sky Money does, be very careful. Pay attention to what you're watching and set some rules up for yourself so that you don't go out of control with a lot of this stuff, because most likely you're not gonna need it or use it. Now, if you've ever interacted with me in the comments, you probably know that I'm a strong believer in, like, if you don't need it, don't get it. Don't get it just because you're seeing all this other stuff. Pimpin', I always tell y'all that. Like, I know that I review a lot of drip, but at the same time, I will be the first one to tell you, if you ask me about it and you tell me your situation, a lot of the times, y'all don't need it. And I'm gonna be honest about it, cause I'm a boss. Kids are so funny, man. I think they wanted to be in the vlog. I was like setting up my camera to get this B-roll shot, and they were like, I'm in the vlog, am I in my